a moment every August when the child leaves for school and the space they left behind feels different than you expected. Maybe their house goes quiet. Maybe the compound quiets. Maybe the courtyard empties. Maybe the path to the door holds only the echo of small feet that were just there a moment ago. And in that quiet, you feel something you weren't quite prepared for. Maybe relief, maybe loneliness, maybe both. Maybe both arriving at the same moment in the same silence, wearing the same unexpected weight. If that's where you are this August, let's talk about that. Because that quiet deserves to be named. When the school year begins, the house transforms. What was filled with footsteps, with laughter, with constant interruption, becomes something else entirely. The quiet that moves in is not neutral. It carries weight. It carries memory, and it carries meaning. And most parents are not prepared for how much. The first days of school often feel like a paradox. The house feels larger than it did yesterday, emptier, strangely unfamiliar, as if the walls themselves are adjusting to the absence. Silence becomes a companion you didn't ask for and aren't quite sure what to do with. Some days it feels like relief. Some days it feels like grief. And some days, often the same day, it feels like both. You notice it in the small things. A cereal bowl left in the sink, a backpack strap dangling from a chair. A pair of shoes by the door that no one came back to collect. These small traces of presence become something tender, evidence of a life being lived, of a child growing, of a transition unfolding right in the middle of your ordinary morning. Absence is not abandonment, absence is growth. And growth, even when it's beautiful, carries its own particular ache. This quiet is not the same in every home. In some neighborhoods, it follows the turning of a school bus. In some villages, it follows children disappearing down a familiar path, voices fading into the distance. And in some cities, it follows small bodies boarding trains, weaving through traffic on bicycles, moving into the world with a confidence that still surprises you. The image is different everywhere, but the silence that follows, that charged, weighted, unexpected silence, is something every parent knows. And that silence is not a void. It's a vessel, holding space for something you may not have named yet. And many parents feel guilty for the relief, as if enjoying the quiet means the love was somehow less. Others feel guilty for the grief, as if sadness means they weren't ready to let go. But relief and grief are not opposites. They're companions. Relief says, I needed this space. Grief says, I miss what filled it. Both are honest. Both belong in a quiet house without apology, without shame, without the feeling that one cancels the other out. And here is what the quiet house offers, if you're willing to receive it. Space, not emptiness, space, the kind that allows something new to surface. A parent reaches for a sketchbook unopened since before the children came. She tends a garden with unhurried hands. He fills a journal with words that finally have room to arrive. Another parent simply sits and breathes more slowly than they have in months and allows rest to be enough. Not a reward, not a luxury, just a quiet act of self-recognition. The silence is not a problem to be solved. It's a rhythm to be inhabited. A ground where something new can grow alongside everything you're already tending. The silence is not emptiness, it's rhythm, it's space. It's an invitation to breathe and to reflect, to rediscover the parts of yourself that caregiving quietly set aside. Now, by naming the silence, you reclaim something. By honoring it, you build something. By inhabiting it fully without guilt, without rushing to fill it, you discover dimensions of yourself that the noise, beautiful as it was, didn't leave room for. So as you move through your quiet house this August, carry these 3 questions with you. What is the silence showing you that the noise was covering? What part of yourself is waiting to resurface in this space? And how might this quiet, this unexpected, weighted, tender quiet, become the ground where your own resilience grows. Take care. Stay connected.